The number 8 Montana game of all time, Montana versus Marino, Super Bowl 19.
That game could be a lot higher on your list. It could be in your top 3.
That might be number 2 on my list.
You got 2 quarterbacks born and raised in Western Pennsylvania.
The entire week leading in, and remember, it was at Stanford, so it was essentially a home game for the 49ers. The story was not Joe Montana. The story was Dan Marino.
The biggest crowd of reporters was around Joe Montana. The question there, is Montana in any way jealous of Dolphin quarterback Dan Marino? The answer was no.
Everybody has their time, and this is his right now. He's had a great year, so didn't expect anything less from it.
I don't want to say it was, you know, the old gunslinger and the new gunslinger, but it was somewhat of that type of situation.
In fact, we just saw it again recently when New England played Denver in the playoffs. The whole thing that week was Tim Tebow, Tim Tebow, Tim Tebow. And you got a guy who's won 3 Super Bowls, and Tom Brady, just sitting over there, and nobody seems to be paying any attention to him. And he throws 6 touchdown passes, and the Patriots kill him. This was the same thing.
The kid from Pennsylvania did not like hearing it was all about Marino. Now, he would never tell you that, but deep down inside, the competitor that he is, yeah, that was driving him that game.
Walsh came into the locker room before the game and laid down on the floor and started saying, "Oh, how are we going to ever beat Dan Marino? We can't be. We're done." Of course, classic Bill, you know, made the team laugh and fired them up at the same time.
In our number 8 Montana game, Miami took a 10-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. But in the second quarter, Joe Cool heated up.
We wanted to stop them from running the football, and we didn't do a great job of that.
Montana drops back, short drop, fakes once. He's going to run it himself. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
And then we wanted to contain Joe Montana. We wanted to keep him in the pocket, and we didn't do a very good job of that. He made a lot of plays throwing the football outside of the pocket, and that's the one thing that we knew we couldn't allow him to do.
While Marino struggled, Montana thrived, leading the 49ers to a 28-16 halftime advantage.
He carved up the Dolphins. He basically did whatever he wanted all day long. It was one of those games that was never really in doubt. It just felt like Joe had it under control the whole time.
The domination continued in the second half, and Montana led the 49ers to a 38-16 Super Bowl victory.
The Miami defense just cannot cope with the 49ers now.
I couldn't even tell you Joe's stats, but if he missed more than a handful of passes for that game, I'd be just amazed.
Came to see an offense and the wrong one showed up.
The guy that came out of that was going to be considered the best quarterback during that era, and then unfortunately Joe was the guy that came out.
What a bag of tricks by Bill Walsh.
Absolutely destroyed the myth of Marino as this superhuman being, because the real superhuman being was the guy in red, number 16.
I remember seeing him after the game. It was just a look of, okay, I'm still pretty good.
Montana.
Hey, Marino.
Great game, man.
Oh, thanks.
That draw play in the second quarter, great choice.
Can I buy you one?
It's the least you can do.
Here you go. Don't drop it.
See you, Dan.